Well, Matt, it's good to see you this afternoon. And firstly, I think we ought to ask just how you are and if you've been okay this week.
Yeah, I'm completely fine and have been all week, to be honest. Didn't feel too great on Saturday night and Sunday, but since then I felt completely fine. It's one of those that with this virus, you never know how it affects different people, and unfortunately, it hasn't affected me too much. I was negative last night, negative again today, so all being well, I haven't travelled with the team today. But if I hopefully test negative first thing in the morning, and hopefully there's no reason why I shouldn't, that I'm getting up early, bright and early, and getting that early train out of Euston tomorrow morning. So yeah, all being well, I'll be at the game tomorrow.
And you were able to watch Tuesday's game, obviously on the live feed. What were your opinions of it from a distance? Is that the first one you've not seen live since you took over?
Yeah, of course. It's the first one. Yeah, I don't think I've hardly ever missed a game of football, and it was extremely frustrating of how I was feeling. I was feeling completely fine, and I would have been to the game without any hesitation, but unfortunately I had to isolate. So yeah, it was frustrating on my part not to be involved and not be there, and to watch it sitting in your living room is extremely frustrating when you don't feel you've got the control as you normally do. And when I found out that I was 45 seconds behind the actual game, that was even harder. So no, I had communication with Jason, Andy and Mickey and that at half time, and a little bit throughout the second half. But no, a pleasing win, some good performances as well, 2 really good goals, and delighted to be in the next round. And
just since we're on that subject, next round, drawn at home to Harrogate, home draw in the quarterfinals, it's all you can wish for, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you're too right. You know, you look at the draw and all you want, like any cup draw, really, is you just want a home draw. So we managed to get that, and it'd be a tough game, no doubt. You know, they're a good side, Harrogate, and we've got a hell of a lot of respect for the manager and their team. So we know, but we're in for a really tough game. But at least we're at home and we haven't got to travel up there on a Tuesday night.
And it was a tight game when we played them just before Christmas in the league.
Yeah, all the games that we've had since I've been manager, they have been very tight. They're a very similar club and team and style to us. No, we'll be expecting a very tough game on that Tuesday night.
Well, we've got several league games to worry about before that, and beginning tomorrow afternoon up at Oldham Athletic. Slightly painful game against them back in August when we launched our home Football League career. How do you view tomorrow afternoon's game?
Yeah, you're right. It was a frustrating afternoon back at the start of the season, and our first ever home game in the EFL, and to have the lead and several chances to extend it, and then to get done with 2 late goals was certainly a hard one to take on such a special occasion. But no, we've come off the back of 2 good results this week. We travel up there with the 4 guys that we had with COVID, which was Corboa, Randall, Ajiboy and Show Silver. They're all back out of isolation, but how they have all recovered, you know, everyone's different. Like I explained about myself earlier, some had mild symptoms, some had hardly any symptoms at all. So, but still, we just got to see how their energy levels are and everything else. Now, Jace has obviously travelled up with the team today. They're training up in Manchester this afternoon, early afternoon. So we are very much seeing where we've taken an extra couple of bodies on top, just to see where everybody's at with the physical demands of what we've had this week, as well as the COVID cases as well. So we'll be seeing how everyone is and how they've reacted to training today, and then picking that team to hopefully go and get another positive result tomorrow afternoon.
Because Toby was slightly ahead of the others, wasn't he, and able to come on for a few minutes on Tuesday night.
Yeah, he was, and again, without any training, and we didn't want to have to use him or put him on with if we didn't have to, or if we could have helped. But with how light we were on Tuesday and the lack of substitutes we had, we felt we had to take that risk and put him on the bench. So no, he's slightly ahead of schedule, but the other 3 are back in contention today.
And he went on, I think he replaced Donovan Wilson just before the end, because Donovan had gone down as he recovered from whatever his problem was.
Yeah, we believe that was just a little bit of cramp, so he's again training today. So yeah, we've other than Kobe Rowe and Harry Buteman, we've got everyone to select from, but we will just be seeing where everyone's at after training today, as I've just said.
And Oldham had a slightly turbulent season and beaten heavily in the Papa John's on Tuesday, but I guess you don't take too much notice of form like that.
No, they made changes from their previous league fixtures, so they made changes for that game. But no, they're not having, from obviously just looking at the league table, but there's no easy games in this league. And with the threats that they've got and the attacking players they've got on their side, then we're going to have to be very wary of them.
But just looking at the situation in general, in the position we're in the league and quarterfinals of the Papa John's Trophy, just going into January, it's a great position for the club to be in.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just coming. To get into that automatic positions over Christmas time and to progress through into a competition that I've stated from day one that is very important to the football club and to myself. So no, we're in a good position, but we certainly don't get carried away, just like we didn't last year, and we just keep our heads down and grind on to the next game.
And weather forecast for the northwest isn't great tomorrow. We had a few games before Christmas that were rather dominated by the conditions, and from what we see of the weather forecast tomorrow, could be another one.
Yeah, it's funny. We talk about it amongst our staff, and the months of December, January, February, you are really playing into the conditions as well as the opposition and the stadium, etc. So we're no different tomorrow. It's whatever weather, whether it's wind, rain, whatever we have to face. We know we've got a squad there to be able to roll our sleeves up and keep getting results, hopefully.
Well, we wish you well, Matt. Hope the test tomorrow is negative and you make the train and everything goes okay. And we'll catch up with you after the game. Thanks very much.
Yeah, brilliant. Cheers, Tony. Thanks a lot.